Good morning, blast from the past. Welcome back to the podcast with Diana. This is a promotional episode, and I'm actually just very happy to see that Buzzsprout is still active. This was the original platform that I used for podcasting, and we have been on hiatus since December of 2023. Now, why did we go on hiatus back then in December? Well, major community concern. And unfortunately, this community concern still goes on to this day. So something that I thought was just my family turned out to be an entire community of disturbance. I have evidence and demographics, and we will begin to talk about this issue in my community as we move along with the Vibe podcast. I just wanted to do this promotional episode to thank all of my listeners, all of my day ones. Thank you so much. You know who you are, day one. You know who you are. The same thing I can say about my alleged stalkers. The same thing. You know what I mean? Because to be honest, I'm not sure who created this phrase, but I think I heard Howard Stern. I think I heard Howard Stern say that all publicity is good publicity. So whether they're talking about me, so crazy, like how, that was always the thing, so crazy, that's going to drive people to my pages at the very least. But it's also going to make them listen to the Vibe podcast because they want to know what is this craziness that these people are talking about. See, back in 2021, I had a lot of people after me, tarnishing my name and slandering me, all of that. We went to court. I'm still here. I'm still free. Today is May 15th. I actually have court today with one of my alleged stalkers and abusers. This is part of the U.S. Constitution. You have a right to a speedy trial. So if you feel like your rights have been violated, you have the right to seek justice for yourself. That's the beauty of this country, that I'm not sure what other country really does allow such freedom. Right? That we could just be like, I'll take you to court. You know what I mean? You have that right. You know what I mean? But I, as a citizen here in Yonkers, New York, I'm innocent until proven guilty. So I conduct myself like I am free and like I am innocent. That's what I've been doing since December of 2023. But unfortunately, my community did not. They were up to some other shit. So what have I been up to since the last time I podcasted? Girl, the same shit. Don't stop. This is crazy because we've had a whole civil rights movement. So for the conduct of my community to be the way it has been, at least these last 4 years, is, disturbing. Disturbing as a writer and as a person, fellow Puerto Rican. Embarrassing is not the word, okay? But again, I have evidence and demographics, and it leads to environmental concerns. All this evidence that I have now, all these demographics have boiled down to environmental concerns, and poor parenting. So now we have what's out there in society. What we have is us, the 80s babies, the crack babies, the crack generation, cocaine crack generation is now, this is what you have out here in these streets. You have people that have done drugs with their parents. You have parents that did drugs while they was pregnant. You have parents that did drugs in front of their kids. All right? And now these kids are grown. Meanwhile, we still got people thinking that weed is drugs. All right? It's a whole shitstorm. The whole time, weed is legal, y'all. Weed is legal. So that's not a drug. It's never been a drug. It's a medicine. All right? But because it has such a bad rap to it, people try to act like it's a, of course, it is costly and you have to be mindful, blah, blah, blah. But it is not like crack. It is not like cocaine. It is not like what they're doing out here in these streets now. It is not that, right? So we have these grown-ups. The parents were crackheads. They done coke with their parents. You have those kind of grown-ups. And then you have the 20 to 30-year-olds that were bottle-fed Pepsi, Coke, and Kool-Aid. No kind of nutritious, no kind of nourishment, no kind of guidance, no kind of nourishment. And these people are now at the 9 to 5. We also have the Great Depression. Do you guys know that we are in a depression currently? We are in a fucking depression. People want to act like that shit isn't, like the economy did not like the economy is not falling. Why you think I'm so calm is because I know a little bit about business, mathematics, and I could tell you that the economy is fucked up right now. Fucked up. The workforce fucked up right now. And it's going to take a miracle, because what we have out there is straight up violence. Straight up. You clocking in to get violated right now. You know what I mean? And I'm still waiting a decision from Human Rights with regards to one of my places of work. You can't even work in peace right now. That's crazy. In 2025, this is not what they was teaching us in school. When I was in elementary school, they had, the future. Even SNL had skits of the year 2000. And here we are in 2025 with such behavior that it doesn't match. That mindset and behavior kind of belongs like in the 40s and 50s. Like when the civil rights movement was just happening. Like, I don't understand why the delay in my community, because I was born here in Yonkers, but I was raised on the island. So I have a different upbringing than the typical Puerto Rican here in New York. I personally feel like the only difference, though, should be the language. It should not be such a big difference, culturally speaking. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be talking a lot about that. Right? So then I tried to move on from that to another job. So we'll be talking about my jobs. And also, I have to make this announcement, and it has to be real for everyone, because what I'm noticing, and this is actually found in my book, is zombie behavior. And you can actually tell these zombies anything, and nothing phases them. Nothing. For example, back in 2021, I solved my father's murder, right? So we got a whole crime case. And then I'm being stalked, bullied, harassed, robbed at all of my jobs. All of my jobs, forcing me out, like out these jobs, so I don't have money. I end up in financial situations. Then I end up getting other jobs and it starts working out. And then the same thing, this stalking, bullying behavior, all at work. I have ventured out to the Bronx. I stay in Yonkers. Nothing happens. But when I clock in, that's where shit pops up. When I clock in, and we don't know why, because we live in a community now of gossiping gangsters. So they'll do a lot of blah, 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 but they still live by the snitches get stitches code. How the fuck? You shut the fuck up first of all then. How about that? So we will be talking about gossiping gangsters as well. And now my health is a concern. My health is a concern. All right. I have breast cancer. And it's 2 different kinds of cancers. So I'm just trying to process this the best way that I know how. Step 1, marijuana. Step 2, coffee. Step 3 is prayer. 4, faith. 5, hope for the best. 6, prepare for the worst. 7, share my story. 8, write. 9, I ride or die. 10, I go to heaven. All right? I'm just here to live in peace. I don't give a fuck about nothing but my children and my dog. Sharing my story and writing is a must for me, and it's also a right here in the United States. I have the freedom of speech and the freedom of press. Thank a soldier. All right. We're going to be getting back into this podcasting regularly, and we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Any donations to the channel are greatly appreciated, because while all of this is happening, I still have bills to tend to. All right. I thank you all for listening. And ultimately, the video will end up on YouTube, Instagram. Thank you all for watching. Peace. Enjoy the vibe. New podcast coming soon.